Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining me tonight. In tonight's live stream, we have a special guest tonight, Claire, that runs Women's Warriors, which is an event that she's put together to empower women, mind, body, and soul, to get the best of it. I'm going to let her explain in a minute. But before we start, I'm going to say thank you to the moderators in. Thank you to all the hard work that you do. Thank you to all the lovely messages today, which have went to the relevant people. So thank you for that. Anyway, with no further ado, I'm going to invite Claire on. So here we go. Good evening, Claire.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for joining me. I know you're busy. I've been trying to, I want to speak to you for a while, Claire. I follow you on Instagram and I see what you've been doing. I actually sent you a message today and it was picked up by your social media manager. And I thought, yes. I hope I haven't messed up here.
No, she's very new. Where Women Warriors is growing and expanding, and I'm extremely busy doing 10 million things. So it's taken a job off of my hands, which she can do extremely well and a lot better than me. We're just leveling up, let's say.
Well, brilliant. Well, I've been looking at what you do and how you achieve it. I mean, the way you go about, whenever you do your live streams or you do your little clips that you do to basically try and bring people in, I've never came across, and I've interviewed loads of people, I've never came across somebody that has so much confidence and is like, come, let's do this, let's knock this out the park. Don't want to go over ground that you may not be comfortable with, but that you weren't always confident. I have watched a lot of things you've done, and is this one of the reasons why you're so strong now and that you support the likes of Women's Aid?
Definitely, yeah. So when I was in my late teens, I'll go through it briefly. I moved out at like 17 and I was in a very abusive physically and mentally relationship, but I was so young, I thought it was normal. I thought it was normalised. Just didn't tell anyone, didn't talk to anyone, and just suffered it all in silence. I finally did come out of it. But if I knew about the charity Women's Aid back then, I 100% probably would have spoke to them, would have got some advice, would have been able to potentially leave the relationship a lot sooner than what I did. So that's why I work alongside them a lot, actually, and where me and some of my women warriors, we're doing a run with them this Saturday on International Women's Day in London. So yeah, I try to do a lot of stuff for them, and I'm in talks to do a lot more with the younger generation, because my thing is prevention's better than cure. So if we can talk to the younger generation and try and help them like I needed the help, then if I can help one or two people, that's me feeling great, and that's good for them.
Is this what got you out there? So obviously it's sad that anyone goes through any type of abuse. I mean, it's shocking that happens. It's more, it happens more regularly than people are aware, actually. I mean, is this where you took a turn into fitness then, just to clear your mind and go in that direction?
Yeah, so when I've been into fitness since I was 8, but that was football and stuff. But when I left that relationship, I had so much anger, hurt, I don't know, I was a whole mixed bag of emotions. But after I had my daughter when I was 20, so after that, a little bit later on, I got into boxing, wrestling, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and I've never had a street fight. I'm, believe it or not a violent person. I'd probably run away now. But put me in that ring and I switch. I'm a completely different person. And I think it just releases all that anger and all that aggression in a controlled manner. So because I know there's people there and it's controlled and, you know, it's skilled because you're learning a skill. You're not on the street brawling on the floor, which I would never do anyway. It just really helped me. So I think obviously that's where my fitness started massively, excluding the gym. And then it evolved onto other stuff as well.
You're clearly well into the fitness. I've watched all your stuff on social media. How do you transition now? Do you have to be basically obsessive at fitness to take you in a direction of bodybuilding? Because that is an area where you need to be obsessive with yourself, is it not?
Definitely. I mean, I like structure and routine. I've got ADHD and autism, so my brain kind of fights with each other. But I like the structure, I like the routine, I like discipline, and I like discipline. With bodybuilding, it's so disciplined that some people could say it's too much, but you could kind of get addicted to it. So, is it better to be addicted to bodybuilding and doing something in the gym environment and eating healthy, or be addicted to drugs and alcohol and going out partying? Do you know what I mean? So addiction is addiction. It's the same kind of thing. So I got addicted to bodybuilding. But I'll just say this. At the time, it was fantastic and I did do really well. But I think I personally become too obsessed. It overtook my life. Like, I put it in front of a lot of things. I put it in front of relationships and stuff like that as well, just because that's how my obsessive behaviour was with it. So I'm a lot more balanced now. I'd never compete again. For my own personal reasons, because I'm all or nothing. So again, it would disregard a lot of stuff I'm doing now.
Yeah. When I look at that and I listen to what you said there, this is not about him, clearly this is about you. But I have a friend that suffers PTSD bad from working abroad with me and stuff. And he sort of went into bodybuilding. He's brilliant at it. I mean, he does competitions. I mean, and he's become obsessed in that because that's his sort of escape. Yeah. Is that what it is for you? Just it's an escapism?
So it was an escapism, but what I find and what I know is you can only escape something for so long. It's always going to be buried there. So that's right, because obviously there was a lot of trauma and stuff that I've gone through as well that I hadn't dealt with. So I used to throw myself into things for them kind of same reasons. And it weren't until probably about the past year that I've really dove deep into myself and tried to fight a lot of demons, should I say? Because otherwise I'm just going to constantly be throwing myself into things, get addicted to certain things and not actually deal with the root problem.
Yeah.
So sorry, when I was, we'll probably talk about this later, but when I was on SAS, I think that's when I first started looking into trying to deal with issues. But it weren't until this year that I've really got to the bottom of them. I live in a place where I walk in nature every single day and wake up to the sunshine. Like, it sounds really cheesy, but it's what I needed. I think you throw yourself into something, but you've got to deal with the problem, right? You've got to deal with the problem, and everyone's different how they deal with it.
That was what I was going to come on to, actually. Right, so what made you then? Obviously, I get the impression where you are constantly I get the impression from you that you're constantly setting goals and then trying to move to the next thing is what you're doing. And that's obviously led you down the fitness, because you do, as well as this other project you're on, you do online fitness and you try and empower people. But was it then, when did you think you went, do you know what? I think I'm good enough to do this SAS program. I think I've got what it takes. What clicked to make you even apply for that?
Okay, so without being big-headedly, because sport and fitness is my passion, when I do something, I do it and I do it good. I've had 4 boxing fights, 4 wins. Yes, they're only like white-collar stuff, but it doesn't matter. It's still the discipline in it. I've had many wrestling fights, many all around Germany, all around Europe, here, and I've been good at it. I've done bodybuilding professionally for 6 years, and I was a pro in WBFF and also IFBB. Do you know what I mean? So I'd always hit a level where I'd be at my comfortablest, I'd be in my highest that I can achieve. So then I'd be like, well, what's the next thing then? I've chased what I want. Let me move on to something else. And SAS to me was like mind-blowing. I was like, wow, this is a bit of me. I am all over this. But the first year I applied, I heard nothing back. And it weren't until the year after, a friend of mine, she got on the phone, she went, oh my God, you're never going to believe it. I was like, what? She went, I got through to the fitness test for SAS. I went, no way, I'm so pleased for you. Jealous as hell, obviously. But it was her that pushed me and motivated me to go, do you know what, I'm going to apply again. And I did apply again, but I only filled out half the application, but then they contacted me. And then I had to go through all the stages. So I think, I didn't have much self-belief then. I thought, oh, I ain't going to pick me because they didn't pick me last time. Obviously they did. So, it was just a challenge again. But what you see on the telly is nothing compared to what we do. Nothing. Like, it's 20% of what you see. So it's because the people did see what we did, they go, I ain't going on that.
Yeah.
you know.
Well, yeah.
But I
Did
loved
you
it.
enjoy it though?
Oh,
What was the hardest challenges of it? I mean, there's a lot of things that I know are difficult and demanding and
yeah.
of you. And it's more, I know you could be drained and you're exhausted, but if you've got the right mindset, it can be enjoyable. I'm hoping you're still there.
Hello. My phone cut off then.
Oh, well, there. Sorry. Well, here, at least you're back. Do you know what?
Sorry.
There's always something in each interview. It happens. It's because we're live. I was saying there. I was saying there about the challenges that they put in front of you are the tests to see if you've got what it takes to go past the barrier of no return, to see if you can have that extra bit of special. Did you enjoy that, putting yourself under that much pressure?
I did. There was one point when I was like, oh my God, I don't think I can do this. We was climbing up the sand dune, and I mean, it was like 40 degrees. They put more weight in our rucksacks. It was about 25, 30 kilos. And we was climbing up it, and then I can't remember who it was. I think it's Billy. He was like, right, now you've got to go from one side all the way over to the other side. But as we was going across, we was going down. And at that point, I went, oh, I can't do it. Like in my head, I went, I can't do this. And then I was like, yes, you effing can. You can effing do this. Just effing go. And then when we got to the top, we had to keep going up and down, up and down, up and down. And I think I said it on Good Morning Britain. I actually felt like my soul was being dragged behind me. I didn't feel like I was in my own body. And they were shouting, going, come on. And I was like, you know what? I ain't rushing. I ain't going at your pace. I'm going at my pace. If I go at my pace and I get to the end, I'm still getting to the end. And that's what I tell people and my girls. It doesn't matter if it's taking you time or if you're the last one at the back. Just get to the end. Just complete it. And that's what I had in my head all the time. So I was just like, keep going, keep going. So it's like a mental mind game. Because the training I did for it, I kept doing loads of circuits, and I was doing 10 rounds, 20 rounds, and I was crying and sweating. And I was like, because that's pushing your mind. Physically, your body can go 20% more. So if your mind's saying you can't do it, you have to push. You just have to push. It's really hard to tell someone, train your mind, but it's in the individual, isn't it?
It's wanting it. It's a difference between wanting something and needing. If you need it, you're not dedicated. If you want it, you're going to push through the barrier which holds 99% of people back. And that's what I like about the program. I remember years ago, so many years ago, I was chatting to Ant about the program when he was first bringing it out.
Yeah.
And he was looking for contestants, and before it got the media attention it needed, which took off, I says, well, if you want, I'll do it. And he went, I don't want you coming down, wasting your time. He says, we're trying to do it. He says, and so I was like, well, I don't mind helping out if you want. And he was like, no. He says, I don't want veterans coming in. Veterans, to get through basic training, you have to show a little bit of thing. You've done it. This is bringing people from all jobs, all things together to see if they can work together, if they can work out problems. Natural leadership comes out of people whenever you put 20 people in a room and you stand back with cameras on and you ignore them, and you will naturally see people that will go, do you know what, this needs to happen. And you see natural leadership take place.
Yeah.
And that's how the military is built as well. And that's something that you have installed in your Women's Warriors.
Yes, absolutely. And that, because obviously Women Warriors, I kind of had the brand before I even went on SAS with my clients. Well, it was called Warrior Princess, funny enough. But then obviously coming off SAS, I was like, I want to do something to empower women, because it was, our show was 4 women standing there at the end. That's never been heard of. It's never happened. So I'm like, women are strong. We are powerful. It doesn't mean that men aren't. Of course they are. It was just in that moment, we are bloody awesome. We are amazing. We are strong. Look where we've got. Look what we've done mentally, physically. We are capable of doing it. And I want my ladies and women that I potentially inspire, or my team inspire, to know that they're capable of anything they do. It doesn't have to be a fitness show. It could be anything. Women are capable of doing so much more than what they think. And as long I can bring that out in them and help them in any way, then I feel that's what I'm here for, to be honest.
Well, I love your energy. Everyone in the chat here is loving your energy, and they're going. In fact, who was it said there? Someone just said there. Lisa said, "How could you end up being negative around her? She's brilliant. She's brilliant." So
my clients say to me, because I PT as well, and they go, "Oh my God, you're like my therapist as well. Like I feel,
yes.
you know, if I'm down, I come to you and you're bubbly and you make me smile. I'm dancing around all the time. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes my energy might be too much for some people, but sorry."
Oh,
You know.
I love what you're trying. You know what? I look at your posts every day. People don't know this. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the chat, Claire is on Instagram. She has her own private page, but she also has Women's Warriors on there, and I follow her every day. And the one thing, sometimes you're there. Come on, what are you waiting for? We can achieve this. Let's go together. And I'm like, this reminds me of my platoon sergeant. She reminds me of my platoon sergeant when I was a young lad.
But with a smile.
Yes, exactly. But it is good. I mean, I have said, before I even go into that bit, so how many Women's Warriors events do you do each year?
So last year we did 6 small ones and the 2 bigger, better, more events. And they were based in Nettlestead in Kent. And I mean, they were big events I had to put on. It was like massive farmland, woodlands, grounds work. A lot goes into it. So I did 2 of them back to back, like month after month. So now this year, the first one is April the 13th, and then I'm going to do it every other month. It's a lot of prep. I'm a PT, I'm a life coach, I'm a mum. I do so much that it's really hard to do it every month. I wish I could. Once I get a bigger team, I can. But honestly, it's every other month. This one, and I say it every time, is going to blow the roof. I've already got it more than half filled. And I'm capping it at 30 this time, where before it was 20. I need more men, though. It is the first and only time ever. People might say it's contradictory, but we don't hate men. We like men as well. We are, for the first event of every year, I'm inviting men to join, because some of the women go, "Can my partner come? He'd love to do one event." And I'm like, "You know what? Let's open up the year and invite your partners or your friends or your co-workers." You know, and I think it's important to still do that and go, you don't hate men. We love men, but I think it's important. And I think there's someone I know coming on it.
I have committed. I've said I will come down on the 13th of April to take part in the Women's Warriors event. I'm actually looking forward to it. However, when I say I'm looking forward to it, there's a caveat. There's a caveat there. I don't like to lose. I am a mentalist and I want to win at everything, but I don't think my body's up to it, because I will arrive and I will have just turned 50. Are
you joking? We've had women that are over 50 do it. So that's no excuse. Not happening. You're not using that one.
No, I know, but my mind still thinks I'm 22 running up hills. I've had
you might be running down hills.
The last time I went mad and did fitness, I ended up with a hernia, Claire.
Oh gosh. That's all right. You sign a waiver, so.
I think it's going to be really, really good. I look forward to it. I like a challenge. I am getting older, clearly, but you know what? If you're not in, you can't win.
No. You said it wrongly. It's not about winning.
It is to me.
Okay.
But that may backfire, Claire, because I've now said this on a live stream and I could very well lose.
I'm going to have to get someone to live stream it now.
Oh, dude.
But to be fair, there's so much surface area to cover. I do have a cameraman, actually, and they're 2 young lads, and they're pretty fit. They have to be fit because they have to run about with us lot. Because the day kind of consists of like I won't give too much away, but the framework's kind of like a nice meet and greet. I do a nice talk at the beginning We then go into like a training element of it, like a training session. We then have snacks and stuff. We then have a team building activity. You know, this is obviously to increase communication, collaboration, and like problem solving and stuff like that. So we find that's really, really important. Last time we did rifle shooting and we had different targets and stuff. The time before that we did orienteering. So there were certain points in 2 teams they had to find, and it's a big challenge for them. This time, it's going to be through the roof. I can't tell you what it is, but it gets better every time. And then after that, we have ice baths, we have sound healing, breath work, lunch, and then we have like an open circle at the end, which is really nice. Obviously, when it's all the women, it's a safe place for them to talk and open up and discuss. And sometimes I might bring someone in to talk about a topic. So yeah, be prepared. Bring your yoga mat.
Be nervous. Be nervous. You mean? Yeah, it sounds great. And the one thing which people don't listen, ladies, if you're in the chat and you want to go down, get in touch with Women's Warriors. I'm going to put a link in the description of this video that people can, if they can sign up and commit to it, they can go and do it. And you've also got a friend of ours who helps you down there, who's one of your helpers.
Yay! So Erin.
The little ball of whirlwind.
She's a pocket rocket.
Yes. Yeah.
So she's one of my head coaches. Sorry, she's one of my head trainers now. So it's me and her against the world. No, but I've got a good team. I've got a team of about 5 trainers. I've got mindfulness coaches. I've got nutritionists. So there's a good core team of us now. And Erin is one of the main trainers. So whenever she can, because obviously her work permitted, she will come and do every event when she can. She's awesome, absolutely awesome. I absolutely love her. Love her. Oh, I ain't doing it.
It didn't work. Love her.
Love her. Oh, it did it for you. I love you, Erin.
Yeah, I'm an IT guy. I haven't got a social media manager though.
Well, you know.
So you've got the 13th of April coming up, which is going to be your next Women's Warrior event, which is going to be, I think, fantastic. I can't wait to go down and see everyone. Right. Yeah. Turning up, what do I know? You have people here asking questions as well. So I turn up at the event. What do I need to have? Trainers, running gear? So
you obviously, you will receive your welcome email, your welcome pack, and your information packet, and all be in that. But black bottoms, either combats or black bottoms. I supply the tops, so you'll have your own workout top, and it can have the logo on and stuff. Otherwise, just a plain black top with long sleeves. You need sleeves, and either boots, like not military, like either ankle supported boots or trainers. It's optional, but obviously there's going to be uneven terrain and stuff like that. So boots are ideal, but trainers are fine as well. It's not a problem.
Would you let me wear a Camelback for fluids?
Yeah, but you won't need it. We supply water. Be fine.
I haven't felt this scared since Afghanistan.
Listen, it ain't right. So let me just rephrase this because people are probably going to get scared. When I say military style of training, it's only a style of training. So what we do, we push the ladies to their own limit and a little bit more. So there was one woman, she hadn't trained in about 3-4 years, and she's really nervous. She was at the back a lot, but it didn't matter because, the women would look, they'd turn around and they'd help her. I implement it and pull it in and install it into the women. You help each other. If a woman is behind, you help her. It's not you against everybody. It's you within a team. There will be certain challenges that you do as an individual, but the majority of the time it's with a team. And if someone leaves a woman behind, then I'll be shouting at them because it's not about that. It's about helping, motivating, inspiring, and challenging each other with each other. So don't worry. All the women will be carrying you and bringing you back. You'll be doing it by purpose now.
You just said, Claire, Trevor's got another hernia. How many
I just leave him there. I get the first aiders on him. It's fine.
I'm excited about it. I'm really looking forward to doing it, actually. So what's after the 13th of April then? Once that's done, what's your next milestone? What's your next goal?
Well, I might as well start from now. So, well, because I go round to, I was doing a few last year, I go to girls' schools, because I believe prevention is better than cure. Tomorrow, actually, I've got a workshop with a group of 10 girls, between the age of 13 and 16, about mindset, mental health, about my story, like from what my abuse, not too in depth, and then how I overcome that, and certain challenges that they're exploring in life. And I'll hand out booklets and leaflets, and I interact with them. So I've got 2 of them talks coming up. I've got another one next week at school, so I want to book more of them in. I want to go in the educational sector. Charity sector, I'm going to be doing a lot more with Women's Aid, hopefully, in talks with them still. And I want to go into corporate and small businesses as well. That's a different, something else I've got in a pipeline. But with Women Warriors itself, I want to bring that in to companies to do team building and stuff like that as well, because I think it's important for a workplace to have that nice unit and be collectively working together. Because let's be honest, women in the workplace or men in the workplace can be just as bad as school. So it's nice to collaborate them together and get them to do things together, and for their mental and physical health.
Well, one of the ladies in the chat, Lisa has asked, have you written this down though? Have you got a book on the horizon, or is there something that they can read?
I haven't, but I would love to write a book, because there'd be 2 books I would write. One would be very motivational and inspiring. The one would be the dark side, but the dark side would be the good side as well. My life is very interesting. So it would be very good to, maybe I'll interlink them. I've always said since I was young, since I was probably after I had my daughter, I'd love to write a book.
You're like a female Aunt Middleton.
Well,
with the inspiration side of things. Like not everything, but I mean like the mindset side of thing, where he talked about the mindset, and then so you have that wrong wording, Trevor, don't say that. Split personality type thing, where you go from being motivational to just going, make it happen.
Absolutely. And that's how I switch. So like now, I need and I want, so it's both, to be more disciplined, because I know I've had it. And the reason I say that is because of my business. I need to be more disciplined in my new business that I'm doing, because people go, oh, come on, let's just go out and do this. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay. No, I need to be disciplined. If I want to succeed and I want to do well, I have to make sacrifice. So for me to make sacrifices, I need to rewire my brain to be more disciplined. And the way I'm doing that, and it's only something small, I'm getting up in the morning half an hour earlier. Normally I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning twice a week. I'm getting up at 3:30, and I'm doing 30 minutes on the bike, on the bike indoors. And the reason why that is not to lose weight, is to go to get routine, to get structure, and to get that discipline, to go, do you know what, even though if I'm tired, I'll roll out of bed in my pajamas, put my hoodie on and get on that bike. Because what's going to happen, I'm going to rewire my brain and retrain my brain to be more disciplined. So, and then that can be implemented in other things, and that can be implemented then into my business, which I want to do. That works for me. I'm not saying that'll work for somebody else. I know that works for me. So I need to be strict with myself, because that's my choice and that's what I want to do. So, that was a bit of a ramble, wasn't it?
Well, I'd like to say that my friend and Hollywood actor, Matthew Marsden, is watching, and he said this is a good interview.
Oh, well, thank you very much. That's very kind.
Yeah. I mean, it is inspirational to listen to you, though. I mean, you're like, you're on fire. You've got that buzz about you, but you can't help but be dragged in with the enthusiasm. You can't help but be dragged along with your positive energy. It's a rare thing these days, to see people that sort of dedicated, and that, a lot of people sit back and go, oh, calm down. And I'm like, no, we need to do this, because the day we give up caring about ourselves is the day it's the day you feel.
Okay, and don't get me wrong, I've not always been like this. I've had dark days, I've had bad days, and really dark, depressing moments. But if I hadn't had them, I wouldn't be, and I've got out of them myself, I wouldn't be able to educate and help other people that are in the same position. That's why I am how I am now, because I've overcome so much. And I'm not saying that in a big-headed way. I'm just saying it because it's a fact. You know, there's a lot that I haven't spoken about and I've had to get through. But I'm so grateful and thankful in life sometimes for being dug that and bad things happen, if that's what you want to call it, because I wouldn't be where I am now. I wouldn't be able to help and advise and be doing my Women Warriors that I'm doing now, you know, and I would be a better person mentally and physically. So sometimes, guys and ladies in life, bad things happen to us. And at the time we're sad, we're like, why is this happening? Allow that emotion, allow that feeling. Don't worry about it. Let it pass, because you know what? Once you accept it, you haven't given it power. And then later on in life, down the line, it could be a week, 2 weeks, 5 months. You go, that's why that happened. That's why that bad thing happened. Because look at me now. Look where I am now. Look what path I'm on. So I live like that. So if something good doesn't happen, I just look at it as a lesson and go, okay, I will put that lesson there, accept that lesson, and we'll see where that comes in later on in life. You know, and that goes with people as well.
I've changed my mind what I said earlier on. You don't sound like Ant Middleton. You're like a female Bear Grylls, because that's all. When I chat to him, that's all he talks about. He's like always trying to lift you up, and you're like, I'm not in the mood today, Bear. He's like, but that's when you need to be in the mood. When you're not in the mood, I'm like, oh.
Yeah. I think I'd have a good old convo with him then if he's like that.
Yes. I think the two of you should bounce off each other. It's good though. It is inspiring, and I do enjoy watching you during the day. I mean, apart from the other day, you did something when I was like, oh, just eat it. You were out for a burger, and you even turned that into an inspirational thing. I'd love to eat this, but that's wrong. And I was like, just eat it, Claire.
No, but you know what, right? Burgers are my favourite things, and don't get me wrong, but I will still have one. But because I'm only just starting my discipline journey, if I then go, oh, sod it, I'll just have this one, I'm not wiring my brain correctly. I'm not having that discipline. Some people might go, it's only a burger, eat it. It's not that. It's not because I want to lose weight. Well, it is and it isn't. I said it was, but it's because I really want to get that discipline back into me, or controlled discipline. You know, I really, really want to install that back into me. And for me not having that burger, I was so proud. I was like, oh my God, I didn't have it, because I would have it all the time. It's my weakness.
Yeah. Well, Victoria's telling you here, not to be careful and don't give out all your secrets, basically.
I don't do secrets.
I know. I mean, so what's your plan tomorrow then? What's your typical day? What gets you up out of bed, and what do you do?
So I will be doing cardio in the morning. And then I will have my clients. I can have anything between 3 to 9 clients a day. And then obviously tomorrow I've got to talk with the girls' school. Let's say the talk at the girls' school. And then I've got admin work to do on my other business. So I will then do about 3 to 4 hours of admin work, but I don't do that at home. I'll go and sit somewhere else. So it's like my office. And then I'll get home probably about 7 o'clock in the evening, and then cook my dinner and whatnot. But my days can vary. I can do so much stuff in one day. I can see clients, I can have meetings, I can do my admin work. Obviously, I've got my daughter as well. So I like to do a lot with her. The most important things to me out of all of this is going for a walk with my daughter, chatting to my daughter. You know, anything that involves my daughter is more important and above anything else. So whether I have to subside something, then I know that sounds so obvious, but when you've got so many goals and aspirations and you're helping so many people, sometimes you can forget those that are the most important to you. So I always make sure that I've got time just to do the little things, you know. In fact, straight after this, I'm going to her and she's going to do me some protein pancakes.
Oh, wow. You've got a great little team there then.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to let us know before we come to the end of this? Is there anything you want people to know other than I'll put your link out to get people to come and...
Yeah, so Women Warriors, obviously, it's an event you have to pay for. You have to come on and for all the good reasons. But Women Warriors isn't just fitness. I try to create, and I do create, a community for women. So I've got my own WhatsApp group, and anyone can join it. Once a month, every single month, I put in that group what we will be doing. So we will either go for a hike, we'll meet up for a lunch, we'll just meet up for a training session. Mostly it's hikes, especially now the summer's coming up. So if you want to get into the WhatsApp group, drop me a message in Women Warriors, send me your number and I'll add you to the group. Our next walk is on March the 16th, and it'll be in the Surrey area. And then in May, there's 10 of us already. We're all going for a Women Warrior Snowdonia hike. So we're hiring an Airbnb and we're going to go up there Friday, hike on Saturday and come back Sunday. So there's 10 of us already. And if anyone else would like to join, again, you can. Obviously, there's a lot more details to know. You can either join us or you can just meet us up there and we can all hike together. But that's going to be in May. I can't remember the date at the top of my head now, but it's on the website. So, yeah, it's all good.
Well, Deborah, one of the moderators, has just put the link to your Instagram, link to Women's Warriors in the chat, which is great. Well, Claire, I want you to go and have your pancakes with your daughter. I want to thank you for coming on and having a chat and sharing your journey with everyone. And I will see you in April.
Yes, you will.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. I'll see you in April. Perfect.
Thanks for coming on. Have a wonderful evening. And let's try and get more people behind this and lift it even further. Hopefully lift it even further. But thank you for your time. It means a lot.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Claire. Bye-bye. Well, everyone, thank you for watching in the chat. Thank you to the moderators. Thank you for putting up the link to Women's Warriors. Claire is an awesome, she's a bullet, isn't she? She just keeps going. I mean, very inspiring. She has a lot of things that she's got her fingers in all different pies, excuse the pun. And yeah, the Women Warriors. I'll put the link up earlier on. I mean, after this, I'm going to pin it in the description of the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you to Claire. And yeah, women helping women, women inspiring women. It's awesome, isn't it? Take care, everyone, and have a wonderful evening. Bye.